Michigan on YouTube. This is Acid Root. So within these pitches, this is part 1 to Let's Play Power Rangers, the game, as far as these pitches go. So within the pitch behind it, this is a Christmas gift from Larry the Batman fan as far as these pitches going to have, which is Excellent Type Bears. Good series of wicked stuff that he got me within some of these type fairs across the holiday season. So pitches like that here within the fray behind it. Good hit game within some of these type products. Rock solid some of these type pitches about it. So I would say within the product of it here, want to get towards this game within the pitch. Some good type phrase about it. Now within the pitch, realize, I know within, folks could probably say Acid Roots, the demographics about this particular game. I mean, there's pitches within, not say like that, this is a wicked ass game within these pitches, but it's kind of fair as far as saying this questioning. Has more family-friendly typeness than the product, but Excellent Type Bears getting towards this is definitely the sort of product that you should want to fuck with. 2 a.m., 4 a.m. pitches like that with this. Easily like some Crown Royal, some of these type fairs pitch like that. Good bottle of rum, some of these type pitches with the product behind it. Bacardi, some of these type pitches with the aspects of Excellent Type Fairs. Now within the pitch, if you are more health centric, still some good bona fide type product. They just have like some takeout, some Excellent Type Fairs, getting like some hot KFC, firing that up, some of these type pitches from the products for it. It's the Excellent Type Fairs about this. Within the fair, from what I've seen of this game, Stage 1 gave me difficulty. Now, within some of these type fairs, when you think of games similar to this, like Final Fight, which is a game I would like to fuck with, probably by this stage, I actually do own Final Fight 1, but within the pitch behind it, the actual fair about it is just as far as being able to say that game is just far too difficult unless I have the game genie to really fuck with here as far as these pitches going to happen, so I'm just not going to fuck with that one. I did attempt it, if you remember, a ways back on my vlog channel, Acidic Roots, as far as this pitch game, but this didn't go that terrifically, and then I just kind of got jet lagged and said screw it with the pitch behind it. That may be what winds up happening here. It's not to say anything as a detriment to like the classicness about this game, because it has some good type ordeals, but it's just the pitch as far as saying Stage 1 was giving me difficulties, and I did lose a life here, and you only get 2 lives, so it's kind of pitch as far as maybe you get 3 if it counts life 0 as a life within these pitches, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying it's really more or less should be a 2-player game. I feel like that's just the aspect behind it. Maybe it just would have taken away from it, but I think actually it probably wouldn't have. It's just the pitch does the same problem with Final Fight for the Super Nintendo as far as what's going to happen is within those days they should have just revamped it and threw the 2-player function in there as far as this pitch can happen, just being able to say, it's not so much, looking within the fair of how I'm doing, it doesn't seem like it's that difficult, but the particular boss fight that you get to later is kind of a pain in the ass as far as this pitch can happen. So it's just kind of pitch. You just have to look after here within the commonplace as far as saying it's good type products here, but I do question if I'm having issues with like the first stage. I question how I wonder how far particularly I'm going to be able to get, but it is wicked. I will definitely say it's a fun type jump pitch like that. This is a fun fray to kind of fuck with this here as far as these pitches can happen, just be able to say. But it's just the typical type product with most of these type games within the pitch as far as saying. I just think within the fair there just may be certain kind of commonplace as to whether or not it's going to be able to be picked up on to whether or not this could be complete. So this might just be a let's mess around. If I really feel compelled enough, I could fuck with this game through Game Genie to really get it done. But it's this kind of pitch. I probably will show some of the screw ups within these pairs. I will try to make, because I figure like folks who know what they're doing within this particular game can probably beat this game in probably about 45 or 55 minutes. It's pretty much within those typical type fashion. Most of these type games like Final Fight, some of these type ones, trying to think of other type ones with the pitch. Games like Final Fight, some of these type fairs are kind of the aspect of they usually have about 5, 6, or 7 stages. Some of these type pitches. So it's just kind of fair as far as saying within products. It's just the fray as far as getting towards just supposing what's going to particularly going to happen. But some good type aspects is getting towards it within the pitch as far as these frays can go. A good, nice fray about it. Just good pitches like that. But just down with the fray. Definitely needed 2-player type fairs, but within the pitch, it's kind of variety, so it's a good little extra type treat to kind of get within these products here. It's a good Xmas gift, some of these type fairs from the pitch behind it, so I look after it, just being able to say, kind of within the commonplace about it, so just your 2 a.m. kind of gallivant, some of these type pitch, so it's kind of the product, just looking after it. I would definitely kind of suppose just trying to keep that bit lively within some of these type pitches. I definitely say within the variety, the likelihood is probably there within these pitches. Now I know for folks, to the age factor, if you know enough about this game, you'd probably say that there's probably folks that are in their 40s, 50s, even 30s, some of these type pitches, late 20s, some of these type pitches. Now within the variety, there probably would be aspects of folks probably teenage range pitches like that, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying within the product as far as paying attention towards like is trying to reinvigorate like the concept of having the after effect, because I feel like today's culture, like the economy, it's not so much complaints about the economy is full bound as much as it is the pitch of just getting things back to how they were prior to COVID. And I think that's just something that's been very sluggish with doing on the aspect as far as saying, you know, COVID was one thing, but those years more or less kind of being over, you would think within the complex there'd be more phrase about having like the work system and the ecosystem kind of enveloped within the concept as far as saying, hey, I want like a fucking I want a bag of Fritos at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm hungry within these pitches. But the nowadays kind of consensus is, why are you awake at these hours? You probably have work within the next 6 hours anyway. So it's kind of pitch. But I just don't like that kind of seemingly adopted kind of universal type mentality as far as saying that that should be the hours of operation. So it's just kind of pitch. But just the variety behind it, you know, back for folks who don't know it's full bound, if you're watching this and you're like 14 or 17 or even 19 or late teens, mid-teens, early 20s, some of these that pitch is kind of the product as far as saying, I mean, you should remember if you're 20 or 21, but just the pitch as far as saying the product of paying attention to some of these type of areas prior to COVID, things could be open for 24 hours, but it's just the pitch. But yeah, this boss kind of giving me problems, pitches like that, just some cheapo type tactics. I mean, I know it's just about estimating kind of like his routine of like what he does with like his mechanics, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying that should not be that difficult for stage 1. And then on top of that, just with the fray, if you die, you have to start the segment over. You don't get to just jump back in and fight him with the damage you are giving him. So that was kind of annoying too. It was just kind of pitch. I think those two complexes, if you really do have to fight these boss characters in one fell swoop, so if he beats you, you have to do it again, or it's just that's something I didn't like within the complex. I would have figured if I probably could have beaten him within those pairs just having that extra life, but it doesn't want you to do it that way. This kind of a bit pissed. That's just the fair bad as far as those pitches I have, but I question within that frame. But luckily I do have a game genius of some of those type pitches, and there is a password type function, so just being able to say, so just being able to get back to that product, just seeing what the next few stages are going to be about pitches like that. So it's kind of fair as far as talking about that particular aspect about as good pitches like that. Just being able to say, so I'd probably say within the pitch behind it, I do question if you get the password within the fray, if it's going to start me with 1 life or something like that. Hopefully it doesn't, but this is kind of aspect, but this is kind of pitch as far as saying, but yeah, it's not within the, if it sounds like I'm being negative within these pitches, this is an enjoyable type game. It's good within pitch, but it's just the aspect as far as saying that it's probably going to whip your ass a little bit. You know, Batman Returns, another game within those pitches that was pretty tough. That game, switching to that particular one, that's pretty wicked tough as well within those. I mean, all of those games are. It's just the pitch first, and they're just natural bred to want to piss you off within Sunset Phrase. You just get 15 or 25 minutes into it, and then you go and have like nachos, something like that. It's kind of the ordeal back in those days. But this pitch like that, so it's just the ordeal as far as saying a good type product. Stay tuned for part 2. We will attempt and see how much further we get with some of these, but just extra type treat here, good pitch like that.